Cameron Wilson. Good morning, Mr. Wilson.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Can you state your name and date of birth, please, for
Yes, my name is Cameron Wilson. I'm a true living man, born in 2587.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, well, hello, you beautiful, beautiful living being. Hello, you beautiful creation of the Creator. Yo, I just want to say something. Y'all are crazy, all right? Y'all really was like, oh, we're going to do it to him. I put up a post last night on the YouTube. I said, y'all got to get this to 96 likes, and I'll start dropping the audio transcript. I did it like that because I was thinking y'all was not going to pay attention in the community tab as much as you have, but you did, and you called me out. Y'all are so quick. Okay. Well, good thing I'm not a liar, okay? So, I'm not just out here blowing smoke and cap. I've been really waiting for this moment in time. So if you're new here, of course, my name is Cameron Wilson. Welcome to Power Inheriting the People. This is a community of like-minded individuals that really study the law. And we're not talking about just our old state law or municipal. We're talking about UCC. We're talking about trust, contract, and all the above. But we also stand on our rights. So, yeah, we've got a free right to travel course. You can get it. It's in the description. I've also wrote a book that I just released about 3 weeks ago. Really proud of it. There's so much going on. We also have a traffic law reform campaign that we're working on right now to get traffic laws changed on the state level, or at least awareness and education, because the Chevron deference has been repealed. So it is now time. It's perfect timing. Okay, hopefully everything's working. Let's see if I can zoom this bad boy in. Now, the situation on this one, I never recorded, y'all. It was out of nowhere. We was on the way home. I think we were in our RV, and we were just on the way home. And dude ended up actually pulling us over outside of his city limits. He just saw an old RV, and he was like, oh, there's a colored guy. And literally in this city, there's less than 100 black people. This is the same city in which I'm pursuing my lawsuit on, okay? So if you want me, I guess, to give a little bit more context to how this even happened. All right, so let me explain the situation before going into either the transcript or the paperwork. So I didn't record this one. This was in Battleground, but I was stopped by a city called Ridgefield, Washington. We were outside of their city limits when we turned. My girl was behind me. I put on my blinker and everything. When I turned, all right, everything was correct. My girl was behind me, and he literally went around people just to pull me over. So it was pretty bad, because when he actually pulled me over, we weren't even within the city limits. That's crazy. So when he pulled us over, one shows up, he's going kind of nuts. I mean, he's not being too bad at first, but he's like, man, no, you need to present ID and all this. And then guess what? Sergeant shows up, and guess who it is? It's Sergeant Duran, the same Sergeant Duran in the video that I have, which is on City of Ridgefield, who I think I got him fired, and who we are pursuing a civil lawsuit against. Either way, they're demanding information. I'm telling them, I don't have to, blah, 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 right? We're going back and forth. And then I was like, look, I can actually get some documents out and kind of show you exactly what I'm talking about. And so we open up the door. Both my kids are sitting in the back of the RV, and I go and I reach for my briefcase, which is like right here. And when I go to grab for that, Duran pulls out his gun and, is pointing it down at the ground, not exactly at me. And my daughter's like, ah, daddy! It was crazy. And I was like, dude, why are you pulling out a gun? You told me to get the paperwork. They're in my RV. We're in the RV. So they have me heated. I'm going off. I'm like, you had I'm like, there's no reason for you to pull out a gun. I went too crazy with it, but I was just like, there's no reason for you to pull out a gun, dude. That was not cool. You just, going off on them about my kids and stuff. So anyways, they write the tickets. We go home. We do what we got to do. So in this one, we're getting into the audio transcripts. Yeah, so let's get into them. Ready? Here we go.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Wilson, I did receive the motion that you filed in your case. We do have a written, as close as I come to a written decision prior to arraignment. It does address the jurisdictional points that you raised. Certainly, as all municipal court rulings are, it is subject to appeal if you choose with Clark County Superior Court.
Of course.
My basis for being here is I've been sworn to uphold in this case, in this circumstance, the municipal code of the city of La Center, Washington. La Center is located within the state of Washington. Where the municipal code does not apply, I am to uphold the laws of the state of Washington. As a member of the judiciary, I am tasked with the application of laws as given and voted upon. My personal beliefs regarding individual laws does not infringe on my sworn duties. The allegations before me take place in the city of La Center, Washington. I find personal jurisdiction is proper within the city's contracting court in the circumstance of the Battleground Municipal Court. As there is not a relevant municipal code violation present before me, I am instead sworn to apply the relevant state law under the revised Code of Washington. As a result, this municipal court possesses subject matter jurisdiction for the crime of driving while suspended in the third degree. The court has personal jurisdiction based on the contracting relationship and the alleged location of the driving. I will find at this point for the charge that the motion of the defendant is denied. I have found probable cause for the charge of driving while suspended in the third degree, and I'm prepared to take your plea at this time.
So due to the fact that I'm appearing specially and not generally or voluntarily, so as to not confuse the court, of course I've challenged the jurisdiction. And this is only due to the fact that it's under threat of arrest. So I want to ask the court that you take judicial notice of the fact that, of course, I am without counsel. I'm not schooled in the law or any kind of legal procedures whatsoever, and I'm not even licensed.
Just a second. So I agree with you that you are appearing without counsel. The scenario is that once you enter a plea, the court can provide you counsel. So
Well, if I could just finish what I was saying, that would be okay.
Your Honor, may I just for a minute, just because I want to make clear on how we're proceeding on arraignment. In this case, what I have noted is the charge is no valid operator's license without identification.
Oh, I apologize.
It will be the city of Ridgefield jurisdiction.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yikes. Okay. I must have seen the mailing address in the city of La Center.
Which that is correct. Still a simple misdemeanor, but just wanted to make those two corrections.
Yeah, the same is true. The same contracting authority between the two jurisdictions, certainly, and what I stated shifts to the city of Ridgefield, but we're still the contracting court for the city of Ridgefield. There's not a violation of the Ridgefield Municipal Code as a result, because the city of Ridgefield is in the state of Washington. I would impose the revised Code of Washington under my judicial duties. Continue.
Thank you. So again, I just want to ask that the court takes judicial notice that I'm without counsel. I'm not schooled in the law or legal procedures, and I'm not licensed to practice law. Therefore, any of my pleadings must be read and construed liberally. I'm not going to be making any pleadings here today.
Okay. As we are not prepared to enter a plea, it sounds like.
Correct.
And the court has denied the motion regarding jurisdiction. The only remedy at this point the court can impose is to reset this matter out 7 additional days if you choose to, so you'd reappear in court next week. And at that point, give you either the opportunity to retain an attorney, or at that point, if you were prepared to enter a plea or not, at least be able to discuss a court-appointed attorney through which then the plea can be entered.
Judge, would you be willing to put in a plea on your own behalf?
Well, you've seen me today for folks that are appearing pro se, entering a plea of not guilty to preserve all rights. So I certainly would be comfortable taking that step.
Thank you, that would work.
Okay. So a not guilty plea will be received and entered on behalf of Mr. Wilson to preserve all rights. Mr. Wilson, I'm going to be assigning some future court dates to you.
Thank you.
I would also note, and this is just, does appear to be warrants in Clark County, Washington. Generally, my practice is that when there is active warrants, I don't take any pleasure in taking anyone into custody. But simply, for future court appearances, please do whatever steps necessary to address those warrants. So you're not appearing multiple times in front of me with active warrants.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
May I ask one more question?
Sure.
Okay. In regards to my memorandum, have you been able to review that and give a complete opinion?
My position right now at arraignment, this is not in any manner, way, shape, or form a motion hearing,
Yeah.
is that my charge through my sworn oath is to determine, first of all, if a person is properly in front of me. So as a result of that, the first thing I would have to determine is does the court have personal jurisdiction? I appreciate Ms. Carmey's correction. I have jurisdiction over the city of Richfield, and at least an allegation that takes place there.
Yeah.
The court then has to determine if the court has subject matter jurisdiction based on the charge, because this is a municipal court. They do have subject matter jurisdiction over simple misdemeanors. So establishing both personal and subject matter jurisdiction is as far as I'm going to get today.
Okay.
I did as I stated, because I established those jurisdictional hurdles that we went over, I did at this point find probable cause based on the officer's report. It's simply the low standard, just simply that the three elements of the operating a vehicle are met. I have entered a plea on your behalf to preserve all rights at this time of not guilty. I'm going to be assigning 2 future court dates for you, unless, and I've asked you this and I will ask you it a second time, unless you would like to be screened for a court-appointed attorney.
No, sir.
Okay. I do have...
I'd like to represent myself in all of this.
That's fine. I'm just going to go through the waiver of right to an attorney with you.
Okay.
And sign off on it. If you're comfortable doing that, Mr. Wilson. And just give me a minute. I need to fill this out, so give me just a second. All right, Mr. Wilson, I'm going to go over this with you on the record. I do it for all folks that are proceeding pro se. In particular, for folks that are, I don't think, suggesting they're going to be retaining an attorney. So I'm going to just make that assumption. I could be wrong. It says as follows. I understand that I am charged with the crime indicated on the citation or complaint. The maximum penalty is contained in statutes or Appendix A, which I have received a copy. If there are minimum penalties that must be imposed if I'm found guilty, those are also outlined. There are no mandatory minimums for the charge you are facing. You have the right to an attorney to represent you. Me, it says me, but I would say you, in all stages of the proceeding. If I cannot afford an attorney, I have the right to request a public defender. If I qualify, an attorney will be appointed to represent me. I may be at a disadvantage if I proceed without an attorney. I'll be required to follow the laws and court rules which apply to this case or these cases. These laws and rules can be technical and complex. I may not fully understand them without an attorney. I'm aware of the dangers and disadvantages of proceeding without an attorney. However, I choose to represent myself, knowing the risks. I waive my right to be represented by an attorney. The court has had a colloquy or discussion with me on my rights to an attorney and my desire to waive this right. Nobody has made any threats or promises to me to get me to waive this right. I'm doing this of my own free will. So I'm going to sign off on the bottom of this. There's a middle portion, sir, if you have a pen, or if I can give you a pen where you would just date it and sign it as well.
Your Judge, am I under any obligation to sign this document?
So we do, this is a recorded record. So I think the only thing that I would be required to ask you is if you acknowledge that I've read you this waiver of right to an attorney.
Yes, sir, you have.
And do you understand the waiver?
I comprehend the waiver.
Okay. Comprehend and understanding, the court will at least have a similar meaning. All right, Mr. Wilson, let's assign you some future
May-
dates forward.
May I state something else? So under my comprehension, due process requires of the federal and state constitutions to require, among other procedures, that an accused be furnished by the plaintiff with a verified complaint of injury, so that the accused may consider a plea of guilty. Is there a verified complaint in this case?
There is a complaint that was filed. It was served on you by the officer as well. Did he hand you a copy of the citation?
Yes, but is there a verified complaint?
I don't think that the parlance is something different in terms of a verified complaint. I've certainly reviewed the complaint. The RCW is properly cited. You're properly identified, and there is probable cause. Ms. Carmi?
Yes, that would be the city's position that the city reviews all citations that are served on an individual, and we have, if you would like me to say, we have verified the citation. The city does make that statement here today orally.
So, being that it is orally, without an accusatory instrument subscribed by the prosecuting attorney, charging the accused with a crime.
All right.
Mr. Wilson, we're going to just do these steps today, okay? All right. So again, as we talked about, this is your first appearance in court, not anything formally cited today. And at this point, we're simply handling the arraignment. Again, we've established the jurisdiction as you requested. We have chosen to proceed on your own. We have gone ahead and reviewed with you, and you've told me you have comprehended your right to waive an attorney. At this point and at this stage, we are not going to continue legal argument. Certainly you can serve the city attorney with any arguments that you choose to. We can cite this in at a proper time for further argument.
No problem. Thank you.
No problem. So I'm going to be assigning 2 court dates forward. The first is a pro se pretrial date. That's going to be on September 22nd, 2022. If you don't mind, I'm going to get some contact information from you so you can be in touch with Ms. Carmi. The second date is going to be a mandatory court date for you, sir, and that's going to be on the 13th of October, 2022. It's going to be at 10 o'clock in the morning. Certainly, if there are additional legal arguments, we can switch the time so it's a little bit less busy time in our court.
Yeah, jinxed it October 13th, a little superstitious. So
You prefer October 20th?
yeah, that'd be a little better.
All right. It's Thursday the 13th, so I don't know if that has an issue, but okay. Conditions of release, sir: to violate no laws, notify the court of any change of address or phone number, to drive without a valid license and insurance. You are released on your recognizance. I'm going to get some contact information either on our record, or you can write your contact information on the form, and then the city attorney will be able to reach you.
Perfect.
Okay,
Off the record would be great.
that's fine. So I'm going to hand you this form, and I'm going to hand our bailiff the rest of your court file, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. You can approach to take your form here.
Thank you.
And then just make sure to return it to our clerks over there. Thank you, sir. Ms. Gaffney, are we ready on Ms. McCaffrey?
So, all right. Now, some of you are probably thinking, okay, Cameron, great. They pushed it off to the next date. Like you didn't win. Okay. I want y'all to know something. Nobody's going to sit here on the record in these courthouses and confirm that everything you are saying is correct. How this normally works is they completely drop it. Okay, so if, like me, myself, before even I go to the arraignment court that's been assigned, I am going in and filing a notice of liability with whatever department it is and their executive on the police law enforcement side. And then immediately after, I'm going to file, oh my gosh, my abatement, okay? I'm either going to file my strike or motion to dismiss, or I'm going to file my abatement and then my memorandum with that. It's a memorandum in support of abatement. Now, again, these documents you can get, of course, in the right to travel course. You got to go to the website, you got to sign up, and then you get the links to the videos and the documents. That's how it works. So, but with that being said, let's check the documents out. Because you're like, Cameron, you're all talk. Man, oh yeah, what happened after that court date? You ready? So let's get into it. So this is the tickets that we get. Okay? Uh-oh. Switch over. All right. So this is what I get. As you can see up here, let me see if I can get this bad boy to zoom in some more. Okay, so you see 2AO, last four is 1739. Okay, Cameron James Wilson, right? Oh my gosh, come on, man. Oh no. Here we go. All right, Cameron James Wilson. You know, they always got me black. Am I black? Am I black? Am I black? One drop rule. That still applies. I don't know if y'all know that. Okay, black, 5'8", weight 130. Damn, they have me slim as hell. I'm literally about 155 though, about 160, but I'll take that. I mean, I don't know. I'd probably be pretty skinny and look not as good. Okay, so anyways, as you can see here, they got me for no valid operator's license, right? That good old operator. I'm not an operator though. Okay, so then what we'll go into next. Let me see. I gotta zoom this out though. All right, now we looked at the ticket. This was actually the ticket that they give you. It's huge, just like a big old piece of paper. Then we're coming down of the notice of case setting. I think this was actually mailed to me. I think I received it via mail. Yeah, I received it via mail. So I got this via mail again, 1739, no valid operator's license. They sent it to me and they let me know. I guess this is when they sent it, and then they let me know, hey, September the 1st you got court, which is really close. You would think they would send this out a little bit. I mean, that's not many days, bro. We're looking at 4, 5, 6 days notice. Pretty bad on that. And I definitely think that's intentional. All right, so there's my notice I got in the mail saying, hey, come on to court. I was like, all right, bro, let me see what y'all got. So I show up in my 3-piece suit. If you ain't seen me in my 3-piece suit, you're going to have to go to my Facebook and add me. Then you see how good I look in it. Actually, nah, that's on my shorts. I'm joking. Y'all be crazy. Y'all be nice. All right, so check it. This is a hearing notice and pretrial release order. The rest from here is documents that I received after the initial case court, right? So as you can see, now that we've gone through everything in relation to the now we've gone in relation to everything in the actual audio transcript itself, you'll see, yeah, pro se, pretrial conference, they tried to push it out. Oh, no, yep. Readiness here. Yep, they pushed it out. It's a mandatory appearance, 10 a.m. Then we got driver with no valid operator's license, as you can see. This is pretrial on the recognizance, right? So what ends up happening is they're saying, hey, man, we're not going to deal with this right now, and we're going to push it off. Today we're not taking any kind of arguments. We're just going to push it off, right? And as you can see, defendant's attorney, pro se. He tried to push me into doing it. I said, no, sir. I don't need no attorney. Then he went through the aspect again, as you heard in that audio transcript, for the waiver of a right to attorney. And he's like, sir, do you understand? I asked him, hey, man, I'm not trying to sign anything. Do I have to sign it? And I said, I comprehend. I don't understand because I will never stand under anything. Okay? So, again, if they give you something and then you say, like, did they say, do you understand our rules? And you say, yes, I understand. Then you are confirming that you are going to operate by their rules. That is literally a trick. I'm telling you, y'all. You may not see it as what it is. I got judges. I got friends, man. I got friends. So comprehend. And you'll see this was done on the day when we went to court, the 1st, September. Okay? Now, what's amazing is on this next piece of paper, you are going to see a dismissal. This was not given to me while I was there. This was not, I did not get this while I was at the courthouse, y'all. I left the courthouse with, hey, I got to show up again, and we're going to go to a pretrial hearing, and then we're going to start touching base on these points. And I'm going to bring it up in court, and it's going to get on the record, and we're going to go at it, okay? But they didn't want that. You want to know why they didn't want that? They didn't want the smoke, you know, of a person who knows their rights, y'all. And this is how it goes. Okay, I just got a text message this morning from someone who I'm going to be reaching out to probably Tuesday or Wednesday. I got to get to everybody, but I got to be in order and fair as well. So, just got a text message this morning that someone got all their tickets dropped this morning, all 4 of them. So we're going into it, okay? We have lots of successes. This isn't something, you know, don't listen to the haters in the comments, y'all. They're going off of the sovereign citizen crap, which I'm not a sovereign citizen. Y'all know that. And none of this falls into sovereign citizen aspect. It falls into constitutionalists. I literally can go and have a full full conversation with a constitutionalist. I could literally go to any one of our representatives that uphold our Constitution by upholding laws and making sure that our laws are in place and the opinions of those fall in line. Like, bro, don't let nobody make you seem as though being a constitutionalist is bad. That is so weird. Okay, so as you see, we got this in the mail, and it is a 2A, again, 1739, the same one, and this is a order of dismissal form. The court, being advised in the premises, it is general, check marked off, to ordered that this cause is dismissed without prejudice on the motion of the plaintiff. Not on the motion of the defendant, huh? Y'all don't want to give me that. I wish they would have. It would have been even better, but of course they're not going to give you what you want, because then it completely confirms it, okay? So as you can see, it's a dismissal with prejudice, okay? The prosecutor assigned it, and the judge signed it. But what I want you to pay attention to is this date. That date is the same day that we went to court. Not only did the judge sign off on it, but so did the DA. Why do you think that is? The same day, y'all. While I am sitting there and arguing my points and was cut off, she was like, judge. And she cut him off, and they both was like, stop it, it's on the record, stop. Right then and there, she was filling out this paper. Right then and there. I didn't know it until I got this later, but I saw her. I looked over and I'm like, you hear it in the audio, I go, okay, good. And you know I'm not the one, okay? And as you'll see, this is an order of dismissal, ORDSM. And right here, this is a sticky note, which I guess got cut off in the scanner. But it says, please let the court know how you would like to proceed on your other infractions. Letting me know that, hey, do you want to go ahead and file some motions for these and get these striked or dismissed as well? So this right off the bat, for any naysayers, any people that want to, of course, attack you, me, or anybody else that knows law and has lived it and has gone through the experiences, I don't know what to tell you other than I have lived it. I don't know what to tell you other than the fact that continue to study yourself. Don't lean on me. Don't say Cameron said so. Say I say so. Because you know so. Because you have the knowledge. All I can do is present everything to y'all. All you can do is feed me with more information. And we become a continuous. You see that? It's continuous, bro. It never ends, man. It never ends. It's a trinity. It never ends. Okay? It's very mind, body, and soul. Mother, father, son, daughter. It all. Hey, man. I just want you to understand natural law. I want you to understand that you have been here before. This isn't your first trip, okay? And if it is your first trip, I'm here to teach you what it's supposed to be like. And we are going to continuously bridge this gap, and it's all going to be based on knowledge. So I want to thank you again for being here. We're going to look at some other things that we're going to go into. I'm not going to give them up yet, but we're still going. Y'all know we got lots more. Stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a part 2 on Luis's situation. It's kind of weird because he gave me one body cam and it was like the second half. So even though we're doing a part 2, it's kind of like part 1. And I just want to show you how well Luis does actually out there that I didn't notice until now. So peace and blessings. I love you all. Please do not forget, look in the caption. Description. Excuse me. Look in the description, y'all. Go to the traffic law reform campaign and sign that petition. We are about to really start sending this off to senators, governors, mayors. We're waiting. We need to get the signatures up. I would like to get the signatures up to at least 2,000. I mean, we need a little bit more than what I currently have. So I'm just asking to help for all your help. Hey guys, I love you. We'll see you on the next one.